In today's video, we're going over everything we know so far about the upcoming version 2.2 banner in Zenless Zone Zero. There's been a lot of chatter lately, some early leaks, a few interesting patterns from previous patches, and of course some familiar names popping up again. So I figured now's the perfect time to break it all down, especially if you're planning to save Polychromes or just curious about what's coming next. If you want to save up to 23% on your Zenless Zone Zero top-ups, check out lootbar.gg. Here you can buy 3,280 monochromes for only $39, while it's $50 in-game. So this way you're saving $11 on Lootbar. I just entered my UID, picked my server, no password needed, and just like that, the monochromes appeared on my account. And look, I still got the first-time double bonus, same as with the in-game top-up. Lootbar has over 20,000 positive reviews on Trustpilot and more than 90,000 positive user reviews across Hoyoverse games. I've been using it for over a year now, even for my giveaways, so I can personally recommend it. New users also get an extra 10% off coupon, so click the link in the description and start saving today. Let's start with the characters. According to a recent update from Full Stop Chan, one of the more reliable names when it comes to early info, we're expecting 2 new characters in 2.2, Orphie and Seed. Now, this isn't officially confirmed by Hoyoverse yet, so always take things with a grain of salt, but Full Stop has a solid track record lately, so it's worth paying attention. Orphie is looking like the main star of the banner. She's been shown as part of the O-Ball squad, which we've seen a bit of in previous story content. What makes her interesting is that she doesn't fight alone. She actually works in tandem with a ghost-like creature called Magus, which trails behind her and seems to use a kind of ghost flame cannon. That alone already sets her apart mechanically. She reportedly uses a spear as her main weapon, and based on some data-mined info, she could be a fire attribute agent, possibly with a rupture specialty. That would mean she focuses on causing burn and disruption type effects, maybe even weakening enemy defense or resistance over time. But again, that's speculation until we see her in action. Still, just based on what we've seen so far and how Hoyoverse tends to design these characters, she might fall into the support or sub-DPS role, helping trigger follow-up attacks or combo setups for the rest of your team. I could honestly see her working well with other agents who specialize in multi-hit chains or setups that require spacing, since her Magus seems to act semi-independently. And hey, if you're into more mechanically unique characters, she might be one to keep an eye on. Now let's talk about Seed. This one's a bit of a mystery, but we do know some things. He's also from the O-Ball squad, and from the lore that's already been revealed, he's a robotic intelligent construct, basically a sentient machine. Personality-wise, he's described as a bit lazy but charming, and there's definitely potential for him to be a fan favorite just from vibes alone. The interesting thing is that people originally weren't sure about his gender, but recent in-game lines have confirmed that Seed is male. We haven't seen his full kit yet, but judging by his massive frame and the role he plays in trailers, a lot of players are guessing that he might be a physical attribute character, possibly a tank or bruiser-style DPS. He gives off that heavy-hitter kind of feel, maybe focusing on high raw damage or high defense scaling rather than flashy mobility or elemental reactions. If that's the case, he could fill a nice gap in the physical roster, which still feels a bit underdeveloped compared to ice or electric teams. What's also interesting is that some insiders had originally guessed Kamano Manato might be part of 2.2, but now it looks like he's being pushed back. Or maybe he'll still show up, but not as a banner character. For now, all signs point to Orphie and Seed being the main additions. If you're wondering when we'll get official confirmation, the version 2.2 livestream is expected around mid-August, which fits the usual pattern of being 10 to 12 days before the update itself. The patch is likely to go live near the end of August. Now, let's talk about reruns, because I know a lot of people are wondering who might be making a comeback in version 2.2, and one name that keeps coming up across the community is Evelyn Chevalier. Just to clear things up, Evelyn actually debuted back in version 1.5. That means by the time 2.2 rolls around, it'll have been several months since her release, putting her right in that sweet spot for a rerun. Hoyoverse tends to rerun characters somewhere between 4 to 9 months after their debut, depending on popularity and banner performance. So with that in mind, Evelyn's timing lines up perfectly. She's also one of the more requested reruns lately, especially since her fire attack role fits into a lot of current team comps. People who skipped her the first time, either because of timing or saving, are definitely hoping for another shot. Evelyn seems like the most likely candidate for 2.2. There hasn't been any confirmed rerun lineup yet, but based on the usual banner cycle and what we've seen from past updates, there should be at least one rerun banner alongside the 2 new characters. So yeah, if you've been saving up Polychromes or holding off for a rerun of someone you missed, now's a good time to start paying attention. Now, if you're wondering when we'll actually see the official drip marketing for Orphie and Seed, like their splash art or teaser posts, the honest answer is, it's really close. Drip marketing for version 2.2 should start this weekend or next week. And that lines up with what we'd expect based on past patterns. So yeah, between a dual-unit character like Orphie with potential rupture scaling and a massive mech like Seed, possibly bringing in some physical brute force, 2.2 is shaping up to be pretty unique, even if we still don't have final stats like attack scaling, defense-based damage, or resistance penetration numbers. We'll probably start seeing those closer to beta or the live stream. Anyway, that's all we know for now. If you're excited for either of these characters, or if you've got your own predictions, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm curious what kind of comps you think they'll fit into, and whether you're planning to skip or pull. And if you want more updates like this, especially as soon as we get official reveals or gameplay previews, make sure to subscribe. I'll be covering the full livestream breakdown and pre-release analysis as soon as it drops. Thanks for watching. Save up to 23% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. Just enter your UID and server. The link is in the description.
It's over. Victory.